300 days a year. 300.
Day 6.
Day 6.
Day 6. I can't believe it's day 6.
Me either.
We're in Ketchikan, Alaska, and we're gonna go see the Totem Pole
State Park.
National State, whatever. I don't know if it's state park, right?
Totem Pole
Yeah.
State Park, yeah.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that. So we're about to go get some coffee and then get ready to
Yum.
head out.
Head out, head out, head out. We'll talk to y'all later. It is not my birthday.
It's not your birthday.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, so today is my actual birthday, and we're in Ketchikan, Alaska on my 40th birthday. Hooray!
Yay.
We are at Ward's Cove, which is where the cruise ships dock and drop you off. But it's like a really cool little shopping area. And they've got like this little cafe with some coffee. We're having a little breakfast because we didn't eat anything before we got off the ship. Just kind of waiting around about another 30-45 minutes before our excursion starts or meets up. So we're just gonna explore this little place before we head off to the Totem Pole State Park, which I'm super excited about. I think it's gonna be fun. So this park was originally funded by the U.S. Forest Service. It was a project they put together to try and preserve the history and culture of the Native American tribes of this area. When the Western civilization started coming over here to inhabit on the island, they kind of messed up a lot of the traditions and cultures that the natives had been using for thousands of years. And so they wanted to try and preserve their history by building these totem pole parks as a replica of what a village would look like and the totem poles that they would have there. So we have a couple different kinds of totem poles here. We have about 5 traditional totem poles. Not all of them are represented here in the park. Most of the totem poles in this park are one specific kind of totem pole, and that is called a story pole. Story poles are full of all of the myths and the legends that the natives will pass down from generation to generation. So those are kind of more of the fun totem poles that I love to talk about because there's really fun stories behind them. But the other 4 totem poles are a little bit more practical. So the first one is called a family pole. This is a type of totem pole they would put down by the edge of the water and would be used as a type of landmark or a street sign to show where every family was living on the island. So as people are floating by in their canoes, they could look out for those family poles and know where each family was at. So at the top of your family pole, you would have what moiety you belong to. A moiety within a tribe is essentially your extended family. So here on the island, if you were to take the Tlingit tribe, they have 2 moieties, which are the eagles and the ravens. So one was not allowed to marry from the same moiety because that was essentially marrying one of your family members. So once an eagle and a raven were married, their children would follow their mother's line. So if the mother was a raven, the children would become ravens as well. So that would go at the very top of your family pole, and then at the base of your family pole, you would have what clan you belong to. And the clan would be more of your intermediate family within that extended family. So that could be represented by basically any animal that is found in this region. So an example of a family pole, you could have an eagle at the top and a beaver at the base, and that would represent the eagle-beaver clan. So that would be how they would find that specific family on the island. The second and third kind of totem poles that they would carve are called honor and shame poles. These are pretty self-explanatory. One is to honor someone's deeds, the other is to shame them for something they had done. My favorite example of this is in a different park here on the island. Man, it's so loud. In a different park on the island, we have a totem pole that was raised for William Seward. So if you don't know who William Seward is, he is the man that helped purchase Alaska from Russia. And when he came to this island, he came visiting during a lunar eclipse. So the natives saw that as a sign of power, thought he had the ability to control the moon. So they threw him what we call a potlatch. Potlatch is a giant party that can last anywhere from 3 to 7 days. And it's pretty typical at one of these parties that the natives would give all of their wealth in the form of gifts to that person of honor. Then not as, you don't have to yell so loud. All right, so as you can see, we do have a lot of different totem poles in here. This whole park is just one big loop that loops around. So here in the park, we have 2 different tribes that make up the totem pole. More of a workshop where they'll continue to work on this totem pole, and then all of their equipment and stuff is behind that curtain to make it look a little bit prettier over here. But here we're going to talk a little bit about carving totem poles. So the traditional wood that they would use is red cedar. Stub on the top without anything on it. So that bird goes on top of that.
That's original.
I think that is a second generation. Can't remember, but it is that one. Right here we just have some tribal designs, so there's not really a story to it. But on the corners of this clan house we have the watchmen that are constantly watching for invaders, so they're protecting the clan house while the men go out fishing. We're going to go over just really quick at the very top. This is a really tall totem pole. So if you notice at the very top, that man up there, that is the shaman of the village. Right underneath his feet there is, I can't remember the order. I think it's either a halibut. Okay, so we are in Ketchikan still. We just did the Totem Pole State Park, and that was really cool. Really, really interesting. A lot of interesting stories were told. It was just really neat to see like the totem poles and to kind of hear the history about them. But we are sitting here now at the dock waiting to, not waiting, but we decided there's this little king crab little tent set up where you can have Alaskan snow king crab. What's it called? Alaskan king crab?
Yeah.
It's called the Crab Shack. And so we're sitting here before we get back on the boat and gonna have some crab legs because they looked delicious, they smelled delicious, and we thought we gotta have crab legs, Alaskan king crab, while we're in Alaska. So we're gonna have this right here and before we get back on the boat. Also to note, they say it rains like 12 feet.
13, 14 feet.
13, 14 feet of rainwater.
9 inches, feet. A year, and it is the most beautiful day. The sun is out. I don't know if you can see the sun is out. Like it Our bus driver told us this morning it rains 300 days a year. 300 days a year. 300.
And there's 365 days a year.
Correct.
So we're getting one of those 65 days today.
Yes,
But
and it is
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Like we couldn't have asked for better weather.
It's cold though.
It's cold, but it's Alaska.
Today is the coldest day
Alaska.
that we have had so far.
But it is cold. But the sun is out and it's gorgeous. We couldn't have asked for a better weather day. I mean, like we just really couldn't have. It's awesome.
Perfect.
Have you ever seen a longer crab leg?
No, not at all.
Smells delicious.
Oh yeah. it's gonna
Looks
be so good.
delicious. We're about to eat this yummy goodness. Well, we demolished that crab. That was really, really good. If you've never had Alaskan king crab, I would suggest having it. Very, very good. What'd you think?
Well, I'm looking for more meat to
I
pull
know.
out of any of this.
I know, right?
So,
Like, we need to eat all the meat that there is. Scour. We're gonna scour the insides and pull out all the meat. It's so good. He's using his fork to like push it out. Did you find any?
a little.
You found a little.
A little.
You dip it in the butter and yum.
Mm-hmm.
We're going down the water slide.
Yeah. The coldest day we've had so far.
We did the water slide.
Yeah. Water slide was a lot of fun. Probably
Lot of
would have
cold.
been a lot more fun if it were like in the Caribbean somewhere or whatever.
A lot
But
of fun, a lot of cold.
yeah, it was.
Well, the water was warm.
Yeah, the water was
It wasn't-
warmer. I wouldn't say that it was warm.
I mean,
but
it wasn't
warmer.
like hot, but it wasn't cold. You know what I mean?
I thought it was somewhat cold.
It was comfortable.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean-
if I'd have gone down it like 5 more times, it probably would have been great.
But it was fun. We did it. The other slide wasn't open for whatever reason. I have no idea why it was. Why
Yeah.
they didn't have it open. But we did the one where you're on the tube,
Right. So we
Sounds
went
fun.
down the slide and then immediately went and jumped in the hot tub.
and then ran from the slide to the hot tub.
Yeah. Which worked out well. It was okay.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
And then after that, we came back to the room and took a little nap.
we did. It was very
And now
much
we're just sailing from Ketchikan. We're headed to
Victoria.
British Columbia. Yeah, Victoria,
Yeah.
Canada. So we will be there tomorrow evening. We have a whole day and night
of sailing today, and then a whole day tomorrow because we don't arrive there in Victoria till like 6:30 tomorrow evening.
Right.
So.
And then back to Seattle at 8.
Yeah, this is day 6. So tomorrow is technically our last day.
No.
But it's been great. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the scenery in the background as we're going by. Like, it's just, those are mountains. They look tiny
but they're
in the
really
video,
not.
but they're huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that one behind us right there is really big.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway,
It's been great.
It's been a good day so far.
Yeah.
So we're at dinner, and we decided to eat in the Manhattan dining room, which is another one of the complimentary dining rooms. But it's on the back of the ship, so the view is amazing. I like the way this feels better, don't you? Than the other ones.
Very simplistic.
Yeah, it feels a little nicer. But we are about to order. And I think I'm going to get the coconut shrimp. And I haven't actually decided on my entree, have you? No.
I'm leaning.
Yeah. So I haven't decided yet, but very excited about this view. Okay, so here is the coconut shrimp. Looks good. It came with a little marmalade. And then Tim got the cheese ravioli.
With lobster sauce.
Okay, I got the lamb shake. Tim had lamb last night and it looked so good, so I decided I needed to have it. Tim got the New York strip, and it came with sweet potato mash and a roasted tomato. Alright, for dessert, I got a Snickers pound cake. So it has like Snickers pieces in it, and ice cream, strawberries. And Tim got a banana souffle with caramel whiskey sauce. Something like that. We don't know, but it looks delicious.
Caramel.
Okay, so we forgot to close out our video yesterday.
Oh. I thought we were taking pictures right there.
Yesterday was day 6.
Yeah.
And we had a really good evening. After dinner, we ate in the Manhattan room. I think we did film that. After dinner, we ended up going to the comedy club.
Yeah.
The comedy show. It was pretty good. He was pretty funny. I mean, he had some good jokes.
He did.
He wasn't like the best comedian I've ever heard, but it was good. It was fun. It was enjoyable.
It was.
And then we went to the atrium where they were playing a couple of games. We watched them play this versus game, like, you know, where they had 2 teams, like, do different tasks and answer questions.
Right.
And so that was fun. And then they did the perfect couple game. And you, like, if you wanted to participate, you just go put your name in a bucket and they draw them out. And of course, our names got drawn.
It was so much fun.
We were one of 4 couples that played the perfect couple game. I hate we don't have any pictures or video.
No, because it was hysterical.
From that, but it
a lot of fun.
It was crazy. We did things like trying to pop a balloon, like between our chests, and then like, I don't know, just different things. And then I had to like, he had to stand there, standing up straight, and I had to like get on the floor and take a lemon and like pass a lemon through his pants from one side all the way up and over to the other and come out the
Strictly
other.
from the outside. She couldn't go inside, so. She had the fastest time though, and that was pretty remarkable.
I did have the fastest time of passing a lemon through his pants. I don't know what kind of, like, I don't know, but that's, yeah. And then we had an apple that was put like down here in between our stomachs. We had to work it all the way up to our mouths without using our hands.
Or teeth.
So
we didn't realize that we weren't supposed to be using teeth. We got it close. We thought that we were the first ones, and they said, no, you can't use your teeth. So that was disappointing because we were close, even still, after starting over the second time.
But it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did that. And then went to bed. So now today's the next day. So